Hi there. In this video, we'll be looking at basic data cleaning. How do we handle missing values? How do we remove duplicates? And also how do we change data type? All right. So these are some basic data cleaning that you can do with your Power BI desktop. All right. So the first step is to get your data. Let's get our data. So we are getting an Excel workbook. So click on this. Then we'll pick the particular table that we want and we'll click on transform. So when you click transform, your Power Query editor opens for you. So you have your queries, you have your data view, you have your query settings. Now, so this particular data contains 12 columns and 29 rows. So you have ID, time, stamp, you have season, you have holiday, all right, you have working day, weather, and beside each column is the data type for each of these columns. So you can see ID is an integer here, but we can change this particular data type by clicking on when you want to change or when you want to work on any column on Power Query, you select the column of interest, all right, because if you don't select the column of interest, your whatever step you want to apply will not be applied. So let's click on ID. If you right click on ID, you can change the data type. So if you click on, you can see change type. So instead of whole number, for instance, you can change it to text. So if you click on text, that particular column, so it says the selected column has an existing type conversion. Would you like to replace the existing conversion or preserve the existing conversion and add a new conversion as a separate step? So we want to replace the current conversion. So you click on it. So you can see that the numbers that were attached to ID column has been changed to ABC, meaning that this is now a text column. Does that make sense? So you can see under your apply step, it is change type. All right. So now let's see how to handle missing values. So under temperature, you can see that we have null values, and null simply mean empty. So these are empty values. How do we replace? So we can either right click on this column, see replace value, or we can go to our transform tab. Click on transform tab. So you have replace values here. So if I click on this, we have replace values, replace errors. So let's click on replace value. So when you click on replace value, Power Query editor would ask you what value are you looking for and what value do you want to replace the value you are looking for with. So we are looking for the null values and we want to replace with, say, 7 points, or let's say 5.76. all right, so if you click on OK, all the null values would be replaced and that step will be added to your applied step. So that's one way to handle missing values. All right, so the next thing is how do we handle duplicate values? So let's look for a column that has duplicated values. Okay, our weather column has duplicated values. So we have clear and partly cloudy appearing several times. But if we don't want this to appear several times, if we consider this as a duplicate, we can easily remove this by when you right click. If you right click on this, you can see remove duplicates. If you click on remove duplicates, all the duplicates would be removed. So you now have 12 columns and 3 rows. All right, so that's how you can remove duplicates. But Let's undo this step by clicking on this. So this returns. Now if we want to delete a column, all right, if we want to delete a column, we can also delete a column on Power Query Editor. So if I click on, let's say, ID, if I want to remove ID column, so you have remove columns here. So you can remove columns in two ways. You can remove the column you've selected, all right, or you can remove other columns apart from the one you've selected. So let's see the two ways you can remove column. If I click on remove column, the ID column would be removed. All right, let's undo that. But if I want only the ID column and say the timestamp column to remain, I'll click on Shift and click on timestamp column, and click remove other columns, and other columns that were not selected will be removed. All right, so these are simple ways that you can clean your data using your Power Query Editor. So if I click on, say I click on close and apply, let's allow the data to load. All right, so if I click on close and apply and I come to my table view, I would only see my ID and my timestamp column. So this is a simple way for you to do what? To clean data using your Power Query Editor.